Hey, how's it going today? I just wanted to quickly talk about current events because a whole lot of people are talking about current events. Okay, if you're watching this in the future, or tonight maybe, it is February 24th, 2023. It is marked exactly 1 year from Putin's three-day war on Ukraine, trying to take over Ukraine, and it is a slugfest. It is a battle. The rhetoric on this is not going down. The rhetoric is ramping up, and usually, if your government is not interested in the war or not interested in what's going on, usually they mark that as, well, whatever, who cares? And they look to de-escalate. So, but the looks on the generals' faces at this point the faces look grim. Their messaging is grim. There was a balloon incident, a few balloon incidents a few weeks ago. They had two generals on. Let's see, national press conference, international press conference, and they looked grim. They were very serious. There was no joking. It was very bad. Um, in that, you could just see it on their faces. Just was like bad. I just, I don't know if my impression was very good. But yeah, I mean, it's like, really? This looks like it's going to escalate. This looks like, they already had a missile stray into NATO territory and take out two guys taking care of farmers. They were minding their own business. They took them out, and for the sake of peace, they had the Ukrainians take the blame. Whether or not it was Ukraine or not, I don't know. I don't think anybody will know. But well, the Ukrainians did it, so we're okay with it. Well, we're not okay with it, but if the blame was on Russia, that would have escalated everything more quickly. So I'm sure that was a well-known incident. I'm sure there's other incidents that have gone along the way. Things are let's say the balloon has gone up. I don't know. The flags have gone up. I don't know. But yeah, people are aligning. People are making UN speeches condemning. The rhetoric is not going down. The rhetoric is being really loud, and it's getting louder, and it's getting more tense. So, what you gonna do? You're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug in. At the beginning of the war, in Ukraine, they had let's see. There'd been a whole bunch of stuff on the YouTube channels about before and after. So before the war, they would go. I guess they went out with a drone and they surveyed, and they had beautiful streets, beautiful suburbs, beautiful apartment buildings, and then they would then show the scene again after the war had gone through whatever places in Ukraine, and they were bombed out shells. Each house, each apartment, each flat, it's just people were the people where the people were bombed into non-existence. There were holes in the ground on each. And scorch marks where there was massive fires and whatnot. So are you going to bug out? Are you going to bug in? Whole bunch of people in the beginning bugged out. Millions of people bugged out. Also, millions of people bugged in, and there have been power cuts. There have been attacks on power substations and a lot of stuff, and it's really, really harsh for the people who stayed. Well, the people who are gone, it's harsh for them too. They had to find new abodes. They had to figure out where to go, what to do. It's not a good thing. And now that it is looks like it is escalating into a worldwide conflict, what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. Well, but it's all part of maybe don't put your eggs in one basket. Do some bug-in preps and do some bug-out preps, and what are your secondary locations? What are your tertiary locations? Are you going to have a something that you can bug out? What if another Ohio train wreck, fire, spill? Some people had to bug out them. Can you grab your animals and go? Do you have what it takes to evacuate quickly with everybody and all your animals and whatnot? Or how far are you going to go? Are you going to go downwind? What's your place is down? What your place is upwind? Upwind is if something happens and it spreads via the wind, via the sky, via the climate. Are you going to go that way, or is your bug out place the other way, upwind? So who knows? But these are the things to think about beforehand so that you're not left with taking minutes or hours to think and to pack and to act accordingly. But, you know, having a 3-day bag, yeah, that's better than a no-day bag. My bags are in the front closet with my mother's bags, and the things that are not packed that we need are on a list attached to the inside of the closet. So I can just go grab them and get up and go and be mobile before a lot of other people have time to react. So that's part of thinking about what's going on and how to react and how to survive. And it's survival these days. I have a lot of gardening videos. Prepping is storing things. Survival is figuring out how to survive after whatever happens. So, I just plan to, just look at things and watch things as they go. It's as people say, we're in a watch state. A modern refugee especially had a video out. He is in the watch phase. There's nothing for him to do yet, but he's assessing the situation and looking at what's going on, and he's patiently watching and waiting, and he's doing what he does to basically prepare and to think about what's if things happen a certain way, what he's going to do and how he and his family are going to react. And that's what I encourage everybody to do. He's right on target. He's preparing for what's going on. He's figuring out his survival tactics and techniques, and he's gonna just go and if something happens, he's gonna execute. It's gonna be real. I'm sure he's gonna be really quick, and it's gonna be a decision based on what's going on. Okay, all right. I hope this helps. I hope this finds you well. Yes, go to Modern Refugees channel and check out his channel. He has a lot of good things. He shares a lot from his grandmother's, from his grandmother's cooking to life on the farm, and that's really good. And that's really things that we should be thinking about. And because, if we get something where the power goes out, then we're going to have to know what our grandparents did, or some of you, your great-grandparents did before there was electricity and before the civilization modernized. So, okay, all right. So it is Friday, and I'm off to go do a whole bunch of things before dark, including bring in wood and get the fire going. So, all right. I hope this finds you well. Hey, have a good weekend. Bye.